Good afternoon, Professor. I'm Justin Chai. My thesis project is about empathy, projecting emotions in objects. Everything we do, from why, what, and how. This is why, on December 24, 2020, I was diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in that moment. I was afraid to tell, afraid to connect, afraid to be misunderstood. Why did I feel this way? Because I was afraid of people who didn't have empathic emotions. What are empathic emotions? They come in many forms, such as feeling their pain, absorbing their sadness, feeling with them, caring for them. So the goal of my thesis project is to hope that the spark of empathy can help people be reconnect, be understanding, be aware. This is what is empathy? I'm trying to understand where this original theory came from. The theory originally came from the project of transforming emotions into objects. Empathy is defined in the Cambridge Dictionary. In fact, the definition of empathy has changed over time. An early definition was the projection of a person's imagined emotion onto an object, but in 1955, Reader's Digest defined the term as the ability to experience the other person's feelings without oneself, and we apply this definition to the design industry, such as interaction design and design thinking. My question is, can we apply the old definition to help people build empathic emotions? There are some examples of artists or designers who have used this theory to creations. The first example is the interactive art project Museum of Empathy, where they collect old shoes and project stories into them to help people build empathic emotions. The second example is using 3D printing and biometric sensors to turn the feeling of love into a physical object. So I decided to use human emotions as an entry point for my investigation, and I found that according to the proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, there are 27 types of human emotions, and I divided them into four categories by myself. Also, I questioned myself projecting what kinds of emotion and what kinds of objects. My decision was to project negative emotions onto positive objects. I guess you're wondering why. I have three key points. First one, in the case of negative emotions, people need more empathy for their emotions. Second one, positive objects are more likely to be accepted. Final one, strong contrasts are more likely to create a memorable impression. So projection of negative emotions into positive objects is defined as Bempathy theory. Bempathy. Bempathy is an adjective that usually describes processes and behaviors that project negative emotions onto positive objects. As a maker, I thought I would do some experiments to test my initial idea. First, I created the spinning wheel to help me choose randomly from positive and negative emotions. After playing with it for a while, I decided to land on projecting said emotions onto joyful objects. The most memorable object in my mind was the bamboo copter. Since my family was not rich enough to afford a toy, my dad made one for me by hand and it was very memorable, so I decided to use the bamboo copter as a starting point and do some tests based on my empathy theory. So I decided to project the sound of sadness onto a bamboo copter to test how people react when an object is in motion. After this experiment, I asked myself if this theory is working for all emotions. So I draw this diagram to quickly develop some ideas to test and see what works or doesn't work. And using a how might we design method to develop some hypotheses, I eventually turned myself into the education industry and how might we help people build empathy for bullying in schools. This is how, when we were children, whether happy or sad, we always had a favorite toy to be with. We companion each other and share some little secrets. Also, we take care of every life around us. But there are some children who make mistakes. Bullying, so I want to talk about this serious topic for everyone, especially for parents. Do you know 1 out of every 5 students report being bullied? Do you know a slightly higher portion of females than of male students report being bullied at school? Do you know 49.8% of tweens said they experienced bullying at school? Do you know 41% of students who reported being bullied at school indicated that they think the bullying would happen again? So, why? According to research, most students lack awareness about bullying. How can we improve this phenomenon? My solution is to use the theory of empathy and projecting stories of bullying into toys to raise awareness of stop bullying. My target users are 6 to 8-year-old elementary school students who are starting to build awareness and learning to model some behaviors. How can I turn this concept into reality through existing technologies? This is my journey of discovery. To be honest, I'm not sensitive to technology. This journey is tough for me, shows here from the first to the sixth iteration. I analyzed software like Archive, Adobe Area, and Unity. I learned a lot from this journey. How can I bring this experience to our target users? I would like to introduce a product I'll make. Omid is a toy designed for kids ages 6 to 8 years old with AR and VR technology to help children dialogue with toys and build empathy for bullying, awareness raising for children to stop bullying. Now let me tell a story. It's Oliver's birthday and he received an Omid gift from his parents. After the birthday party, his parents helped him open Omid and download the Omid app from the Apple Store. He scanned the 3D toy with his camera.
Hey Oliver, how's your day going?
How was yours?
I am not good today and feel isolated from my classmates.
Really? What happened?
I can share a secret with you. My worst bully came around when I was 9 years old. She was very mean. She didn't like me at all because of my physical appearance and the way I dressed. So long as I stayed in my friend group, I was fine. It started with me being excluded from games that they were playing. I wasn't allowed to join any was called gross, awkward, weird, etc. It eventually got to the point where they would spread rumors about me and hit me and throw pebbles at me. Then I told the school and they talked to her and she never bullied me again. So I decided to tell the school again.
I am very sorry for that. I support you.
Scenario 2. He can customize his character and talk to Omid by himself.
Hey Oliver, how's your day going?
Good so far. How was yours, Ava?
I am not good today and feel isolated from my classmates.
Really? What happened?
I can share a secret with you. My worst bully came around when I was 9 years old. She was very mean. She didn't like me at all because of my physical appearance and the way I dressed. So long as I stayed in my friend group, I was fine. It started with me being excluded from games that they were playing. I wasn't allowed to join and it was called gross, awkward, weird, etc. It eventually got to the point where they would spread rumors about me and hit me and throw pebbles at me. Then I told the school and they talked to her and she never bullied me again. So I decided to tell the school again.
I am very sorry for that. I support you.
For the next step, I think that we'll continue to refine every detail and keep learning and iterating. Also, I want to take this chance to thank Hugo, Scott, and the people who gave me the help in my thesis year. Thank you